What up guys, Izzat from All Cars channel and welcome back to another video. So this Thursday morning, a very wet Thursday morning, we're at Sepang International Circuit where we will be taking a look at the Proton X50 on the track. So yeah, Proton is allowing us to test out the X50 on the track. There's going to be some obstacle courses that we're going to have to be going through, and I heard that there is going to be a drag race. So stick around, I'm sure you don't want to miss this. Okay guys, so we've got a few things that we're going to be doing. The automated parking is going to be the first thing that we're doing. Then it's going to be the AEB on the left hand side there. Third is we're going to be doing the adaptive cruise control, lane assist, etc, etc. And there's also going to be a drag race after this. So yeah, just stick around. We're going to go through all of this. Enjoy the footage.
Alright, so we're searching for a parking. Let's say you notice you want to park somewhere there, you can see it, right? You're already searching for a parking. We hit this button and we go to parallel parking. What you want to do is, okay, see what happened was he detected he wants to park behind the X70. I want this one, so I just signal, right, scan, detected. Okay, please apply brake. This is the driver doing it. I'm pressing the brake. Now it's asking you to long press the parking button. So what you do is you tap this button, then it tells you to release the brake. So the moment I release the brake, this is when the car takes over, with the finger still on the button. Ooh. For example, a cat crosses, right? You want to stop it, okay, just let go. Okay. It's fine.
You let go of the button.
Yeah, and then continue when ready. Press the button again. It will just continue.
So as long as you're holding the button,
yes. So this will take over the wheel, drive and reverse, sensing, everything for you until it's parked. So the tighter the spot, it will also make more maneuvers to get in and out to make sure it's safe.
I have a lot of confidence in this. Alright.
So once it's done, it will say parking is completed. You can release your finger. It will automatically go to park for you.
Okay.
Also a safety feature, so you won't accidentally accelerate and hit forward or behind. It'll just go to park. It'll tell you, okay, we're done. Okay. So now we're trying to get out of a tight spot. You want the car to assist you. Again, you hit the parking button right here.
Okay, so now it's about coming out of the tight spot also, okay?
Correct. Parking out. Now it's gonna ask me, where do you want to go? Left or right? So we tried right just now with the guys. It didn't want to. Okay. Because there are A-bots here and stuff. So by signaling is when you're telling the car, I want to go out there. So again, you just press and hold the brake, hit the button, release the brake, it will go out for you.
Okay.
Just that the tighter the parking is, it's just going to do a little bit more maneuvers to make sure it's safe to go out. There you go. Once completed, release.
So now you take over.
Yep. You look left and right.
Okay, right now we're gonna be going through the slalom course. It's gonna be, doesn't look like it's gonna be that long. So yeah, we're gonna be going through the slalom course. We're gonna be going through the course to actually test out the handling of the car. So yeah.
The advanced speed here is 50. You can feel a little bit of lean as the car goes through the corners. When we spoke to Proton's executives, they said that the ride handling team actually slackened off the suspension a little bit. It's a little bit softer than for the Chinese market as well as the Filipino market. And but that is actually to aid grip 50.
Chili.
He did that, I swear to God.
Well-
Is that oh, when did it stop recording?
Get your camera and you need to jump back on the bus. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Alright guys, so we're in the X50 now. So alright, we've got an instructor here. I'm not sure you guys can see. Can. Okay, so we got an instructor there. So to my left I've got a BMW X1, and to my right I've got a HRV. So they're all pretty much roughly about the same class, well, same class, different engines, except for the HRV. The HRV is running on a 1.8 NA. The other two is turbocharged. So let's see what we can do with this.
Okay, on my mark. 3, 2, 1, go.
And the X50 is pulling up, and we stop here?
Stop.
Oh, stop there.
So.
Okay, we're good, we're good.
Yeah. And then you turn.
Alright. Alright guys, so we're pretty much done with the drag race, as you can see, and a little explanation of what went down. So we've got the HRV, the X1 and the X50, all the same class. The X1 is here because it's got the same class of engine, a 1.5 litre turbocharged 3-cylinder, and the HRV is actually sporting a 1.8 non-turbo engine. Now, what happened was the HRV, of course, would have gone off the line first. No turbo lag, so it just went off the line first every single time. But the moment it starts, going into its high RPM range, of course, when the turbos from the X1 and the X50 kicks in, the HRV is left in the dust. So now it's between the X50 and the X1. So as the race continued, you can see that the X50 eventually, but slowly but surely, pulled away from the X1. You gotta remember, the X1 is actually heavier than the X50. So eventually the X50 will win every single time. And as you can see, 3-on-3 win. Good job, X50.
Okay, now we're gonna go to all the 3 levels. As you can see, I'm gonna let the car accelerate first. Okay, take note at the dashboard, you can see the visual warning comes up. Hopefully my GoPro can see that. Okay.
Oh, okay, that
Did
was
you
the
see
car.
the visual warning?
Alright,
Alright, it goes as a
Okay, so that
press brake pedal, that's level 1. Okay, the beep 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 is level 2.
right.
Okay, and the brake jerk is the level 3.
I see.
Alright.
Okay.
So theoretically, if you were to ignore the brake jerk still, that's
If
when-
you ignore the brake jerk and it really goes really close and the car in front stops, the EB will trigger.
I see.
Okay, yeah. Which means the car will entirely take over the braking for you.
I see.
Okay, it'll just stop. Alright.
What we're going to do in this exercise, your final exercise, we're going to be showing you the new autonomous driving features of the X50. So if I want to get going, just turn it on and I start the system. I'm not doing anything with the pedals. Alright, so I've just switched it on and it will go up to 30. Now I want to go a bit faster. So I go faster, set it up to 60, 65. Yep, so this is the ACC, and I've set it to 70, but I can't do 70 because there's a car in front of me.
Of course.
Right? I can reduce the distance here, and I can increase the distance there.
I see.
Alright, so I'm going to leave it on the highest one, the furthest distance, just for safety, but it's about 1.9 seconds for the furthest, 1.5 for the second, 1 second for the closest. Now the advantages of having the camera is even through tight cornering, it is still able to see the car in front and follow the speed of the car in front. So as he speeds up, we will also speed up, and when he slows down, same thing, we will also slow down, keeping that same time difference between the two cars. So there we go, he speeds up, and so will we. Again, no pedals.
The X70 doesn't have a camera system, right?
Correct.
So that's, okay.
Yeah, so that's the advantage. So due to that, so we close up and we close right in.
Oh, wow.
We get a little warning, that's too close.
It's very progressive.
So yeah, so there's no jerkiness to it. Now we're coming to a bit of an artificial highway situation where we have the dotted lines. Okay, so if I get a little bit too close to the right here, it'll start to pick that up. Oop, and it brings back the steering. See that? So it's actually turning the steering on its own now, keeping us nice and centered in the lane, and distance-wise keeping us nice and close to the car in front. The second we lose the signal, it's lost the steering, and if I press the brake, it completely deactivates everything. Right, so if at any point you feel a bit like worried about anything, you just touch the brake and you can take over control of the vehicle.
Like I saw just now, like
Yeah.
from complete zero,
Yeah.
you could already turn that on.
Correct. So that's the big advantage of the new ACC.
Alright.
As opposed to the X70, X70 only works from 30 and up.
Yes, that's
And if you reduce the speed below 30, it asks you to take over.
okay.
This does it from 0 and back to 0 as well, which we'll show you in a minute.
Alright.
Right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to simulate him being a not nice person. Alright, which you might experience in real life situation as well. So firstly, we'll use him to simulate our BLIS, the blind system information, blind spot information system. So he's going to come up behind us. X70 also has the blind spot, which is here, built into the A-pillar, right? But the X50 is actually in the glass. There it is, a little LED curve. And if I indicate, I both get a visual, it's blinking, and the audio warning that there's a car there, and that I shouldn't move into the lane. When he overtakes me, it's clear.
So how long will that audible warning last? Is it for as long as the indicator is on?
For as long as the indicator's on, exactly, or as long as there's something there.
Alright.
So now I'm going to turn on the ICC again. It's set to 70, but it can't go anywhere again because there's someone in front of me. When he moves out of the way, we go. Okay, there's a little bit of steering assist again, which is keeping us in the center. Now I take over for the corner, and again he's going to be a not nice person, and he's going to cut me off like that. Boom. He pops up on my screen with a yellow thing, and quite gently built up the gap to back to a safe distance. So you don't get that any jerking sort of feeling. It's almost as if a human was actually doing it. It's quite progressive. Alright, and here we go with the back to 0 stuff. So as we go through a tight corner, again we're just following his speed, I'm not doing anything. And we will come to a complete stop behind him. Not me.
Oh. Alright.
And even better, as soon as he moves away, so do we. Okay, so it's great for traffic. You know, when you're stuck in traffic or whatever, it's like slow moving, stop, 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 start. And with the lane keep assist, basically means you don't really need to do anything anymore. The only thing is that if the car in front stops for more than 3 seconds, meaning a traffic light or really long traffic, you would either need to resume or press the throttle to get it to go
So
again.
just tap the throttle.
Yeah.
So it's broadly similar to what we saw as a first-gen adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist from a Volvo, for example.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other nice thing is that the braking is quite progressive, so this is quite a sudden situation where he might have stopped for a traffic light. You can see the braking is very progressive,
I love this.
and there's no jerkiness, there's no scary moment of like, oh, we're gonna hit him, anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Now this is more than 3 seconds now. So as you can see, when he pulls away this time, we don't go. Right?
Oh, so that's why it turns orange there, is it?
Yeah.
So it's to let you know that you have to.
Yeah, so I can either
interrupt.
resume or press the throttle and then we go again.
Alright, alright.
I will go back to the same speed as it was before.
Alright.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Should be makes our jam easier.
Exactly.
Alright.
Make sure they don't fall asleep.
Yes. So for the sleep thing, there is actually a warning.
Mhm.
So if it senses that the car is weaving a little bit too much, deviating from the line a bit too much, it will give you a warning that maybe you need a break.
Right, so that would be driver drowsiness alert.
In a way,
we
just
can-
comes up with a coffee cup.
We can turn that off, right?
Yes, everything you can turn off.
The 3 seconds, can we change it?
No,
Oh,
no,
it's
three.
fixed.
Yeah.
3 is fixed. Okay.
Remarkable, absolutely remarkable.
Yeah.
Right, thank you very much.
All right, no problem.
Thank you very much for your time. Alright guys, so I guess that's the end of the day. So to wrap everything up, first thing that we actually tried with the car was the parking assist. So we had to go through the whole process of trying to park the car with this little button here in the center console. Car performed really well. It was able to easily park into spaces and park all by itself. Well, pretty much the driver just has to press the little button. Next thing that we actually tested was the ride and handling of the Proton X50. So we went through the slalom. It was a very fantastic experience. The car felt tight, sporty. The performance of the car was fantastic. It was very agile, very zippy to be honest. And I'm really looking forward to actually getting this car to test it out on the open road. Then the third one we tested was of course the drag race. So the drag race went against an X1 as well as the Honda HR-V. 3-on-3, the car won all 3 times and it was fantastic. Fourth thing that we tried was of course the ADAS system. So the ADAS, it's advanced. For a car of this class, I think it is one of the most advanced system I've seen so far. You know, pretty much everything is, you've got level 2 autonomous driving, which is fantastic to have, especially in KL. Personally, just by the things that I've seen during the media preview and today's test, I would recommend this car. But again, how people will react to the launch of this car will totally depend on the pricing, which Proton say that they will only release to us during its launch. So those are just my thoughts, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you had fun watching us go through all of this, and well, I had fun. So be sure to click a like and share it out to anyone who is curious about how the X50 performs. And if you'd like to support us, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that notification icon to be updated on future videos. So guys, this is Izzat from All Cars channel signing off. Take care everybody and stay safe.